Okay, so I gotta be honest about this new Konoha manga that just dropped. It's called Naruto Konoha Story, The Steam Ninja Scrolls, the manga. And I believe it's based off of the original novel, Konoha Shiden. Because in case you're unaware, they have two new manga ongoing spin-offs from the Naruto universe. One, we already spoke about the Sasuke story, the Uchiha and the Heavenly Stardust. And now they have this new Konoha manga. And the Sasuke one, off rip, I already told you guys, I absolutely loved it. I thought that it was a great idea to make that one into a manga. But this new Konoha one, we gotta talk about it because there's some things about it that are great, and then there's some things about it that make me go, sigh. And I ain't talking about Sai the character, because in essence this one in particular is starring Mirai, Sarutobi the third Hokage's granddaughter, Asuma's daughter, and pretty much this new generation character, not including seemingly so far the next gen characters like Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and them. This strictly is focusing in on her journey to becoming a shinobi, which part of me is excited about it because that was a big thing in Naruto Shippuden with Asuma, you know, getting ready for the next gen, so to speak, the king and all of that stuff when it came to Kurenai being pregnant and all that. So part of me is like, almost in honor of Asuma, I must stand this girl because it was one of Asuma's things that he absolutely lived for. He drew his last breath for this. But then one of the big things that off rip was a little bit of a turn off for me, it's honestly nothing to do with the manga itself, despite the fact that Mirai isn't necessarily a part of the next generation of characters. She's not in Boruto's grade, she's not in Boruto's class per se. Mirai kind of reminds me of the Boruto anime original content, because most of the time whenever they whip Mirai out for an appearance, it's, hey, we got some anime original stuff with Team 8 and you know, this is going on, and a part of me is like, oh my god, do I really care about what Team 15 is doing? So when I see Mirai, it just immediately brings me back to some of those episodes when I would trudge through the Boruto original anime stuff and think, gosh darn it, can we just get back to canon already? Which again has no bearing on this manga, because let's talk about some of the good stuff about this manga. For starters, the art is fantastic. There were so many different things in this chapter that I was like, wow, this looks great. Wow, the art in general looks awesome. The character designs look amazing. Mirai herself, her design looks fantastic. This artist knows what they're doing in terms of drawing. It looks freaking amazing. So I gotta give massive props, because once again, not to down Ikemoto and Boruto, but in comparison to Ikemoto and Boruto's art, this one is another clear landslide of, wow, all of this stuff looked amazing in this chapter. Because to give you a brief idea of what went down in this chapter, essentially Mirai is more so a newer shinobi in this one. If I'm not mistaken, in the beginning of the manga, it starts off where Kakashi is still the Hokage. He's the 6th Hokage, and he basically went for a walk. But Mirai is on her own. She's on a cat retrieval mission, if I'm not mistaken. However, she runs into an infamous criminal from the bingo book, and one thing leads to another, and Mirai is very scared, like, holy cow. She even thinks that she got it down packed of like, well, at the very least, you know, there's only one of him, and my genjutsu is on point, so if I hit him with that genjutsu, I should be golden. But this criminal basically showcases very quickly that he is way too much for her and has her freaked out, and it isn't until Shikamaru and Kakashi and them come to her aid, her rescue, that she is basically in the safe zone. So again, this is basically almost like Mirai's journey. Like, if we didn't get Boruto, we might have gotten the Mirai manga, where we see Mirai growing as a shinobi from start to finish. There's somewhat of a time skip in this chapter already, like a little bit of time passes where she sees that cat that she has in her arms again, but nevertheless, that's what we could have gotten with this. And I'll be honest with you, had there not been any Boruto whatsoever, and years passed by from the end of the Naruto manga at 2014, I probably would have been jumping for joy for this manga regardless. I probably would have been like, new Naruto related manga, okay, let's find out more about this Mirai character, let's freaking go. Because again, Asuma's daughter, Sarutobi the third Hokage's granddaughter, this is going to be amazing. She's more than likely, well, I guess I wouldn't have this thought because Boruto never would have existed, but she's gonna be better than Konohamaru. In fact, I'm gonna throw the argument that she's already on her way to being better than Konohamaru, because yeah, Boruto Boruto manga has that dude down horrendous right now. So in essence, there's a lot going for this thing. The art is gorgeous. There's so many panels. I was just like, oh, this looks incredible. When Kakashi is throwing down and knocking this bandit down, this looks amazing. Just seeing Kakashi in general, considering Boruto completely dismisses his existence in the manga. Hells yeah, let's go. On top of that, Shikamaru doing some cool stuff, and we're not just seeing Shikamaru being grumpy and angry like he's been in the Boruto manga damn near every chapter for the last couple years. It's like, hey, Shikamaru just showcasing and training the next generation alongside Kakashi to basically get Mirai to the point of where she's going to be, which I believe she ends up being one of Naruto's bodyguards, something like that. So this is a great thing. And again, if there was no Boruto, I'd probably be all over this manga like flies on but that's one of the things that, if I'm just being honest with you, and you could call it a bias, I'm basically straight up being honest with you guys, that it's hard for me to really take this in, where I almost feel like, especially considering some of this was adapted in the anime to begin with, it's like Boruto anime original come to manga, why? And I feel like it's so unfair for me to say that, but it's just me being real with you. It's hard for me to really jump into this manga full force like I want to, because Mirai is just so integral to, hey, Boruto's back in anime original stuff, bring out that Mirai character, folks. And that's not to say that all Boruto anime original stuff is horrible or anything like that. There has been some stuff that I've actually really enjoyed from the Boruto anime original content, but Mirai in particular just brings me back to that feeling, and I really want to try and move forward with this manga and try and dismiss that idea, because it looks great. In fact, so much so where in the manga, because she was honest with them, I don't think I'm ready to be a shinobi. Even though she already has her headband, she seemingly has passed from the academy, she's ready to go, she's a full-fledged shinobi at this point. But because of the fact that when she was going up against that bandit from the bingo book, she was able to admit, I don't think I'm ready for this. That's why they said no, because you was in that position, similar to, think of the original Chunin exam where Shikamaru admit that he lost. If you can admit that basically you were overwhelmed, especially in this training type of area, usually, hey, if you're in the battlefield or whatnot, if you're able to understand, yo dog, I kind of got to escape from this situation, I'm not ready for this, or just in general, since this is training, hey, I know I'm way in over my head, these are things that you could practice and learn from and move forward to become an even better shinobi. So them granting her that amnesty there, I was like, okay, that's freaking awesome. And in general, it's like this manga seems to be rocking out. If you've never checked out anything Boruto related, in particular, I gotta stress, with the anime, I think you will absolutely love this manga. It got a lot going for it. The fact that Mirai is virtually outside of the Boruto anime unknown. The manga showed her, I think, here and there, but you rarely get any glimpses of her, considering if you were an Asuma fan or you know of her lineage, you would be like, hey, this is awesome. In fact, anybody that wants a brand new female protagonist set in the Naruto Boruto universe, this is freaking great. On top of the fact that I gotta stress some of the stuff that I did like, aside from, again, the art and things of that nature, is the fact that seemingly Kakashi is going to be integral to the plot, because by the end of it, you got Kakashi and Maito Guy in his wheelchair ready to go off and venture and whatnot, and I'm like, okay, I'm down for that. And maybe I'm being a little bit too early judgmental, because again, when things really kick off, when they go on a really serious mission and whatnot, considering Kakashi is going to kind of co-star, for me personally, that I'm not too invested in Mirai, I think that'll help to bridge that gap so that I'm not completely dismissive of things and just going in with a completely sour note, because again, I would love more Kakashi. I haven't had some Kakashi in a long time, and I'm talking as if like Kakashi is a great food or a freaking drug or something, like what? But my point being is that it has a lot of elements that are lacking in other areas and aspects of the Boruto and Naruto universe. And again, if I didn't have some of those negative experiences with the Boruto anime, I might love this manga to the 10th power. So I'm gonna try and remove my bias the best I possibly can. And I feel like I'm speaking in general for a lot of fans of this fandom. Not all of them, I get it, there's some people that they love the Boruto anime original stuff. I'm not knocking you guys for it. I'm just saying, from my personal experiences, I need to remove those thoughts from my head, because this looks like this is going to be a very enjoyable and entertaining manga. I gotta stress that the artist behind this one, Natsuo Sai, it looks like this person is doing their damn thing, and she looks like she could be a really dope character. In fact, I would love it if this manga inevitably continues past the novel content, if maybe we went into unexplored territories of, let's just say, again, the Boruto time skip era, where boom, we could have uncharted territory for the character, where things could feel a little bit more, oh crap, you know, it's dangerous now, it's unpredictable, we don't know what could happen to Mirai, because we don't have that precursor, considering again, at the start of this manga, we're somewhere where Kakashi is a 6th Hokage, and he's talking about, dog, I want a vacation, you know, classic Kakashi stuff. But I know that Mirai is gonna, for the most part, be safe. I want to get to a point where it's like, okay, anything could happen to this girl, anything could happen on her quest. She could gain new friends that I don't gotta worry about, well, is it gonna be canon in the Boruto manga, anime universe in general? I want this story to go past that. I don't think it will, because again, it's mainly adapting the novel, but that would probably grab me as well. And in general, I might continue to read this one. If I see things that are very interesting or something to talk about, I will, but I don't see me necessarily being so gung-ho that you'll get a video every week from me about this one in particular. I could be wrong. I could end up coming back next week and saying, hey, it's amazing. But as it stands right now, it's something that I'll probably quietly enjoy, and I think a lot of people as well is going to be a little bit iffy with this one, strictly because, again, the Boruto anime has abused her for their purposes of selling you that Boruto anime original content. But I'm massively, extremely curious about what a lot of you people think about this Konoha story, Naruto spin-off manga. Are you yay for it? Are you nay for it? What are your thoughts of it? If you've had those bad experiences like myself of dealing with Boruto anime original content that incorporates Mirai, can you get past that to enjoy what's going on here right now? Especially, again, considering we're gonna have Kakashi, we're gonna have Guy, we had Shikamaru throwing down a little bit, well, using his shadow technique, but you got what I'm saying. We have some of those characters that we really do love and enjoy that you can't taint no matter what, because, yo, dog, we had too much amazing moments with Kakashi. There's no tainting it. Also, the fact that Mirai is virtually unknown outside of that content. If you haven't really jumped into Boruto, are you just intrigued in general of like, hey, this is more so an unknown character in the Naruto Boruto universe that hasn't really been explored like that. This is a great series. Let's go. And your overall thoughts and expectations for this one. Do you think it can outdo the Sasuke manga that we have? Because the Sasuke manga right now is definitely the stronger one in my opinion, but this looks like it has good potential. And again, this whole Boruto Naruto experiment of these spin-offs of next gen, virtually unknown, and of course the main experiment itself of the kids of the last gen, like, yeah, where is this going to fit in the whole thing? Time will tell, but as it stands right now, I'm going to try my best to remove biases aside and just enjoy it, because that art again is awesome. Kakashi is awesome, Guy is awesome, the action was pretty freaking amazing, and it looks like character development is going to run smoothly here as well, so long as we don't have too many more major time skips without cause. Like a big time skip would be great to just get to uncharted territories, but yeah, there was like a little time skip in between, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? So who's Hokage now? That's all I have for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. Subscribe and hit that bell, baby. Yeah.